To bring in CTV's military analyst and former commander of NATO forces in southern Afghanistan, retired Major General David Fraser. Good morning. Nice to see you. So, what are you listening for from NATO military leadership today?
Well, I'm trying to understand what does security guarantees mean and what role will both NATO and just European nations themselves play to assuage the concerns of Ukraine that would be at the same time acceptable to Russia. I think that's why a lot of the leaders went to Washington last week, is to find out really what was actually going on and what was decided between Putin and Trump.
Well, you kind of took my next question away from me, Major General, because I was going to ask you if you were confused by what security for Ukraine would look like without NATO, some sort of NATO-style security arrangement. What could that mean?
I think, I'm confused, and I suspect every European leader is confused because Trump and Putin bantered about some ideas that don't make sense when you actually scratch the surface of them. I think this is the real conundrum that Europe has: is does a security guarantee mean anything? And even if it was in place, I mean, would they actually, abide by it? Honestly, I don't think that this is a feasible solution.
And Trump is ruling out U.S. troops on the ground. But back to Russia now, they continue to strike Ukraine. Is there any sign that Putin is interested in peace, in bringing an end to this war?
In a word, no. I mean, Putin is using the political dialogue to buy time while he continues to press his troops against the Ukrainians, and he's winning on the ground. He's inching away ahead every day to take, he wants Donbass. He wants it all because of the infrastructure that's there. And quite frankly, he still has aspirations on Ukraine. He is buying for time. And unfortunately, Putin and Russia is winning and the West is losing.
What sort of pressure would Russia respond to? Trump had threatened additional sanctions a couple of weeks ago. That seems to have been dropped. That's gone nowhere. Marco Rubio saying, if we put sanctions on Russia, Russia's just going to double down. So what would it take for Russia to come to the table in a meaningful way and help end this war?
Well, you take that shadow fleet and you stop it dead in its tracks so they can't sell oil to actually fund the war. You actually change the SWIFT system of how money is moved around. You take all the frozen assets, the Russian frozen assets, and you just take them away. Get Russia where it hurts and go right to their bank account. And so they can't prosecute the war and force them to the table where they actually have to negotiate and not just talk.
Major General David Fraser, he's our CTV military analyst. Thanks for your time with us this morning.